He's the former head of the Border Patrol under Barack Obama. He was then replaced by the Trump administration, and we're glad to talk to him again for the second time this week. Mr. Morgan, thanks a lot for coming back. When you hear the term manufactured crisis from politicians and their lackeys in the press, what's your response?
My response is that those people that are saying that, anybody that says that, Tucker, is misinformed and they're misleading the American people. So before I was even chief of the Border Patrol, I served in the FBI for 2 decades. One of my assignments is I led the El Paso office. From my office, right on the border, I could see Juarez. Every single day, Tucker, we worked with the DEA and all components of DHS, and we worked human trafficking cases, we worked drug cases, and we worked and gang cases, all impacting the southern border. And then as chief, every single day, Tucker, I was briefed every single day about the men and women who are risking their lives every day, and they're apprehending murderers, rapists, pedophiles, other violent offenders, and gang members. That's not manufactured. That is real, and that's a fact, and it's still happening today. And I would also say one last point is 127 Border Patrol agents have died. They didn't die playing Monopoly. They died defending, being the frontline defenders of our borders and trying to apprehend that 17,000 people, the bad people, the Secretary Nielsen mentioned. I wonder if you ask their families if this is a manufactured crisis.
I do wonder that. I do wonder what people serving on the border of all backgrounds and political beliefs think when they hear these self-appointed experts on television refer to this as a manufactured crisis.
And I think that's the point. Self-appointed experts. I go to the experts that are really working that. I'll say the president has done that. The president is talking to the leadership of CBP and the Border Patrol and the rank and file. And those are the experts. And they're saying the wall works. It doesn't work everywhere. It's not the end all to be all, right? But it works.
So I want to run a couple of facts by you that I watched journalists tell me last night in their fact check segments. The first is that drugs don't really come across our border. They come through our ports. Is that true?
Again, a complete disingenuous statement. So you want to say because more drugs enter the points of entry, therefore it's not a problem in between the ports. That's just fictitious. It is correct that more drugs enter through the points of entry. But Tucker, millions and millions of pounds of drugs still enter through the points of entry.
Okay. I also heard people say last night that basically no one comes illegally over an unsecured border. They're just people who overstay their visas. Do illegals come over the border unapprehended?
Yes, absolutely. Again, it's incredible. I can't believe that someone could actually state that. Again, there's factual, historical data that just say that's absolutely absurd. That's false.
Now, I saw a lot of people who had the air of authority about them, who really seemed to know what they were talking about, last night claim that every study has shown that illegal immigrants to this country commit crime at a lower rate than native-born Americans. We do this topic a lot, and we're pretty conversant with the social science on it. I've never seen that study. Where are those numbers from? Do you know?
I've never seen the study either, and I pose that to somebody to show me that stat and show me how they can come up with that, because I can show you the opposite. The sheriff of Yuma, Arizona just published an article today where he talked about in 2005 when they started putting the fence, the wall up in his area, violent crime, all crime, drastically reduced in his area.
So you're saying, I don't want to blow anyone's mind here, but the people telling us that they were fact-checking the speech may not have really known what they were talking about?
That's absolutely what I'm saying.
I appreciate Mark Morgan, you're coming on tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Tucker.